What's up, everyone? Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026 and the very first live stream of this year. Hope everyone had an amazing holiday season and also the last few months of 2025. The last live stream we did was with Toyota Jeff. We talked about the RAV4, but now just a quick casual sit down Q&A style live stream. If you guys are new to the live streams, that's how we do it here on the channel. You guys feel free to just put whatever comments you guys want down in the comment section, and then I'll just throw them right up here on the screen for us to talk about. So hope everyone had a very good New Year's and also Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever holidays you guys celebrate at the end of the year. But Mr. Sunjeev's in here. Kyle's up in here too. Says, bro, you're scruffy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shave it off. I was trying to grow something out. It was a little patchy. So I think I'm just gonna shave it off. And I also need to buzz my head a little bit too. Again, it's getting a little poofy. Mr. Sunjeev, what's up, man? Says, hey, John from Montreal. What do you think about the possibility of battery companies popping up as EVs become more prevalent that offer replacement batteries? I think that would be good, but the EVs are dying, honestly. Maybe it's different up in Canada right now, but here in the USA, EVs are not doing so hot. I know that there is a big push for recycling batteries and everything for EVs as well. That could also work with hybrids, but I definitely think that hybrid and plug-in hybrids are going to be a big staple in the future coming up versus like full EVs. Full EVs are cool for those that like them, but I just don't think they're quite there yet. And there's a big fall off lately in the United States. What's up, everyone? As you guys come on in, you can say what's up. Hope you guys like my pink chair. My wife stole my other office chair because it wasn't that comfortable for me. So I just went ahead and stole her old one until I could finally pick out one that I actually like. What's up, man? He says, hey, John, are you about to sell or trade in your Ram RHO for a new Ram SRT TRX? I will not. That thing's not coming out for 6-7 months, I think, when that one comes out. And they're definitely going to be hard to get. Plus, it's a $100,000 truck. I mean, that is expensive. I at least was able to get a decent deal on the RHO, about $10,000 off. But that TRX is gonna be money. And Brie, the pink, yeah, it's a pink chair. It's nice and comfy. It's good. Got my back pillow. It's great. I don't think I'll be trading the RHO for the TRX. The RHO, a lot of people that have it, they like it. And now that the Hemi came back out, you know, that people that have been driving that Hurricane around, they're like, I'll just stick with the Hurricane. So it's going to be interesting to see how much better that TRX is than the RHO. I would love to try to drive one and see how it is, but it's a $100,000 truck. It's going to get absolute crap gas mileage, but it is cool. It is very cool. Kyle says, so the 6th gen is back in Florida. Would love to see it next time I'm back up there in February. Heck yeah, dude. That'll be sweet. Yeah, I should still have it here in February. Depending on whenever you come back up in February, we may head back to Arizona. And if we do, I may drive the 4Runner back out there. But it will be here for sure. Got some mods that I was not able to install while we were in Arizona with the 4Runner. So I brought them back with me, and I have those on the schedule to install this week. Rogue Aquariums, what is up? How's it going? Black Gang is up in here too, said, yo, buddy, will you buy a Ram? So yeah, I'm not sure if you joined in after we were talking about that, but I don't think that I'll get a TRX unless somehow this year is just absolutely insane on YouTube and the social media and real estate. I don't think I'll be getting a TRX. I do plan to have the RHO for a little bit. That was the plan when I bought that truck. The only reason I would sell that truck is if something comes up to where I need to sell it. But I do enjoy the RHO. It's a lot lighter than the TRX is. It just feels nimble from what everyone is saying that has driven the TRX and also the Ram RHO. I mean, obviously it doesn't have the sound that the TRX has, but it's just cool that Ram's doing that. And I do hope that Toyota answers back as well. Ryan, how's it going, man? What is up? Hopefully I get to see you guys soon. Uh, Pacific Northwest is doing good. That's good. Hopefully it's staying somewhat warm for you guys. We have a nice warm winter here in Florida right now, which is awesome. This time last year, I think next week, we got 6 inches of snow, which was crazy for where we live. But today it was 70 degrees, which was perfect. It felt so good today. Um, JP says, okay, between the 5th gen and 6th gen, do they both have clunky shifting when cold and smooth out with when warm? Love the channel. Appreciate the support, man. The 6th gen I know has very clunky shifting, especially when cold. It's like it rev hangs a little bit, and it's an automatic, obviously. It like feels like it rev hangs a little bit and then like shifts hard. And I know that's how stock 4Runners are too, even though mine is tuned by OTT. They do have an update for the 6th gen, so maybe that will fix that. I'll keep you guys updated. Tom's gonna be flashing the 4Runner 5th gen because they finally have TCU updates for my model year of the 5th gen 4Runner. So that's gonna have a full OTT tune now, which is awesome. So everything from the fueling, the mapping of the throttle, engine management stuff, and also the transmission is finally going to be tuned on the 5th gen. The Tundra as well. I was trying to hold off on the Tundra for like a while and just feel out the Magnuson with that truck. But the fact that we can get close to 600 horsepower out of it, it's going to tune up the transmission as well. Like the Magnuson on the Tundra is great, but it's not like overwhelmingly surprising. And maybe that is because I have the RHO in the driveway as well with the Tundra. But I'm excited to see what OTT can do with it. And then we also do have an update for the 6th gen 4Runner as well. So hopefully that does smooth some stuff out. But I don't remember my 5th gen being bad while shifting when it was cold. But it may have. I haven't driven it when it's like been cold in a while, actually. Usually in the wintertime, the 5th gen, it likes to stay in the warm garage. That vehicle's so freaking pampered. Jason, what's up, man? Good to see you from Texas. How's it going? Vince is in here too. Thank you everyone for joining in on our first live stream this year. I typically do them on Tuesdays, but I didn't yesterday, and I was like, you know what? We're a week in to 2026 already. So let's get these live streams going. Let's get everything going. Hopefully you guys set some goals this year, or if you're not a goal setter, hopefully you're just trying to be better than you were last year, which is totally fine for people. I have big things to do. This is hopefully the last time you see a live stream like this. I'm actually going to be moving my desk over there to have a nice backdrop. I want to get a good streaming setup to actually sit down, record Toyota news stuff with a good, cool backdrop. And then when we stream and live stream like this, I think it would be cool to do a little bit more. You know, the new Forza game is coming out. There's some cool simulators for off-roading. I think it would be cool to implement that into the live streams versus, you know, just talking to you guys. So I have to figure that out. There's a lot of crap to do. Kyle's asking Ryan, do you want to do some product research on a RAV4? Get the Woodlands, Kyle. That would be sick. I'm sure Yoda Mafia would absolutely love that. I'd love to see more RAV4 content. I got some good short form stuff coming, some like just quick little things coming for that, but we're just waiting, man. We're waiting on it. I do need to email my Toyota PR rep to see if there's any RAV4s that are pre-production in the fleet. So basically when we went to Scottsdale to do the RAV4 drive, all those cars then get distributed out to events and also into the fleet for the press vehicles. So the main big regions get them. I'm not sure if Atlanta got one. I need to reach out and see. And if it did, it may not be like a super cool one. But nonetheless, I want to get that because they were supposed to be on freaking dealership lots last year. I mean, and they're not yet. So also, hopefully I look a little bit clearer and maybe not sound better just because I'm just using it with my laptop right now. Like I said, a full streaming setup coming, but we got fiber internet. So I haven't seen the stupid Wi-Fi thing tick up and down like it used to on my screen. So hopefully the stream is good. Beaming is fun for messing around, just saying, yeah, dude, I don't know why I get sucked in to those freaking videos of like the cars jumping, like which ones will survive and do all that stuff. So I may need to get with you, Ryan, because I know that you have a built out computer. I am very Apple pilled when it comes to computers. I don't like PCs that much, but PCs have evolved a lot, but now is probably the wrong time to build a gaming PC with how much RAM is. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to do everything through this laptop or not. But I know if you're going to stream games, like I'm not looking to be a big streamer. Like I could care less about that. But I just think it would bring more fun to these live streams. You know, just bullshitting around with something to actually do, and then have the chat going and all that stuff. And then Ryan is answering for the 4Runner question because the Tacoma is somewhat the same. He says my 2-3 shift on my 4th gen does the someone just commented and I lost it. It does that when it's cold and only once. After that, it's good. Yeah, that I do have to agree with as well. It's like when you're rolling out of the driveway or something and it kind of shifts and then it's like, whoa, it just shifts bad. But then the rest of the time, it's good. All right, so I did skip a few comments. I do try to, hit everyone's comments for you guys. We only got 40 people in here right now, which I'm super thankful for because we haven't done a live stream in a long time. You guys are incredible. But I do try to get to everyone's comments. And if I do run behind, that's because I like to talk to everyone instead of just like giving very quick answers. So Dougie, what is up, man? He says, do you think Toyota has made a profit from the 3rd gen Tundra yet? The recalls are a massive eat into net profits. That would be interesting because I know there's a lot of money that goes into R&D. So I'm not sure what their projected ROI is on that for what model year, hey, we'll start, churning a profit, because there's R&D work. There's brand new assembly line stuff to change over the assembly lines, recalls as well, TSB stuff, warranty issue stuff. So I'm not sure everything that factors in, but the billions of dollars of engines, I don't know. That would be very interesting to see if they have made a profit on that truck yet. Because I know for every single year, pretty much, maybe except for the first year of Tundra sales for the 3rd gen. I can't remember, don't quote me, but I know they've sold over 100,000 every single year. So, and the last couple of years, I think 2024 or 5 was the second best year for Tundra sales, like period, ever. So that's pretty insane. But I have no idea if they are churning a profit yet, which is very concerning. But again, maybe they're like, hey, at model year 5 of the truck, we intended. So who knows if those recalls obviously have probably pushed that back, but we'll see. Any interest in getting one of the new MR2s that may be introduced on the 9th? Dude, yes. If it looks anything like that, if it is under $60,000, I guarantee you there will be one in the garage. I love the MR2. I love the older MR2s. The only MR2 that I'm not, so hot about is the Spider. But the 1st gen is sick. The supercharged version of that, so freaking cool. The 2nd gen MR2, I want one so bad. A 95, if it's a US-based MR2, a 95 turbo. You can get them, I think, as a 98 or 99 was the last year in Japan. I think they made the MR2, so you could get one a little bit later, right-hand drive. That would be very cool. So I 100%, if that MR2 is good, like it's not an EV, it's not like, if it is the GR Corolla's engine or even the new 4-cylinder engine that Toyota has been talking about as well for their GR cars, if it's rear-wheel drive or even somehow all-wheel drive, yes, I just love small, cool, compact cars like that. Even though I haven't had one on the channel for you guys, I do love cars, even though this whole channel is all about trucks and stuff. For the most part, I do go to the Toyota press events and showcase everything for you guys. But at its core, it's trucks. But I do want to introduce sports cars long-term on the channel. That is the vision for the channel, to have fun everything stuff. And then MR2 would be cool. I am also looking at Lexus RCFs or IS 500s. There's only 1 year of the Lexus IS 500 that I want. It's a 2024 Vector Blue one. And then for the RCF, I would love to have a track edition RCF, probably in like incognito color or something. But yes, if that MR2 comes out, bro, it'll be sweet. I did contact a Toyota PR rep and ask them, hey, is there any embargo information about an MR2 so I could like get content ready for when that drops? And there's nothing. So I'm not sure if that's just the internet going crazy or if it's such a big deal that they even didn't tell Toyota US people about it. But hopefully we will see it. But yeah, I asked, there's no content that I'll at least make ahead of time for that, at least as of right now. So that could just be hearsay and taking Akio Toyota's interview out of context. And just so happens that the auto salon is this weekend, or Toyota's just gonna be like, hey, boom, here it is. And everyone's gonna be like, damn, dude, that is nice. SFF says 36K on my 24 Tundra. Already can feel the rear rotors warping. Holy crap, say that 5 times fast. I barely drive it. Are the parts just getting lower quality? Yes. I mean, everything about that truck just has lower quality stuff, unfortunately. But there may be a TSB. I know there's a TSB for the Tundras for brake stuff for the squealing and everything. So I'm not sure if that would also potentially cover that. Gonna burn through some comments real quick because we are 10 minutes behind. So like I said, I try to get everyone's comments in, but you know, we are a little bit behind. You guys are talking about the MR2. The old MR2 seemed like a tiny NSX, yes, and sometimes not faster, but like cool. You know, I know that they did have that snapback and everything too with it. A friend of mine has a 95 turbo MR2 and loves it. Yeah, that one that I saw at Toyota's warehouse in Plano, so sick, so clean too. Man, it looks so good. Okay. Good. We're caught up on the MR2 stuff right there. I decided to keep my 25 Platinum Tundra. Oh, we were talking over on Instagram. I knew that name looked familiar, and I was concerned about the engine issues, but with 8K miles, I've had no problem. Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be warranties and stuff for it, so it should be good. And I mean, if unfortunately 25s are included in the recall next year, then you get a free engine. You know, it sucks for resale values on those trucks. They've just been hit so hard. But at least that's peace of mind. That is the greatest thing that Toyota did about this, even though it sucks that you know, the Tundras have these issues, is they're standing behind their product. Even hybrid people, I've seen 9 times out of 10, some dealerships give some people the runaround if they're outside of their powertrain warranty. But for the most part, like, people are being hooked up by Toyota, which is awesome, which is what they have to do. Robert says, what is your favorite truck? So currently my favorite truck, I know we're a Toyota channel, and even though the RHO has had some just stupid stuff with it, I mean, that's a Ram for you. It's just had these tiny, just not quality things like you expect from Toyota. That's why I get so passionate and so upset about the Tundra, is because like I love Toyota products, and it's just, it just kills me for that to be 5 years in, almost, or yeah, 5 years in to the model cycle, and there's still stuff that is wrong with that truck. It makes so frustrating. But the Ram, I bought it knowing that it's Ram and the electronics aren't going to be the best. Like, I went in there knowing that, and that is pretty much the only issues that I've had with that truck, was just stupid electronic stuff. But the truck's so solid, it's so fun to drive. The interior is just premium for the price. It looks badass, dude. So as of right now, my favorite truck that I've owned since doing this YouTube channel is probably the Ram. I would have said my first gen Tundra, but I had some transmission issues with it the whole time I had it, so it wasn't like amazing of an experience of the first gen Tundra. So I would say the Ram. The Tundra second gen that I have, I do intend to keep that for a long time. In fact, one of my goals this year is to pay that truck off. So I bought it 2 years ago almost for $50K, and I'm trying to pay it off this year. And some people say, oh, why don't you just buy the truck cash, blah, 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 all this stuff. Well, for YouTube and tax write-off purposes, for taxes, it makes sense. And, it saves money and I don't have to just shell out 50 grand for the truck. But my goal is to pay that truck off this year, because then I won't have the thought in my mind, because there's a car payment on it, to sell it. Heck yeah. Thanks, Bachner. Forget the price of the Rams. The graphics are going to hit 5,000 by the end of the first quarter. Yeah, dude, those graphics are crazy on that truck. Like it's honestly a little obnoxious. It's kind of crazy. Anthony says my cousin just got a 25 Tacoma SR5 a few weeks ago and he loves it. His sister just got a 25 Lexus TX and she loves it too. And I hope I get to see it. Happy New Year, John. Yeah, hope you guys, we now have 52 people in here. Hopefully you guys had a great New Year, great holiday season. We're back with the lives, back with, brand new year, new stuff to do. And we have hit the ground running and not going to let up, which is awesome. Me and my wife are doing a challenge right now, which is pretty cool. And we also are a part of this new group. It's an app that you kind of had to pay into. It's like an entrepreneurship app. And that has really changed a lot of stuff around for us. I've been doing it for a month and she's been doing it for a week. And I already see the changes with her too, which is awesome. So heads on right. I hope everyone's heads are on right for this year. Again, if you set goals, hopefully you guys hit them, and if you didn't, hopefully you're just better than last year. That's all you can do, which is awesome. Every says, hey man, just got a 2019 Tundra Crew Max last month. Absolutely love it. You think Toyota will throw in that 4.0 in the updated Tundra? That would be sick. That would be, is it a 4.0 liter V8 in the GR-GT? That'd be cool. I hope they do something, just something off the wall. It'd be cool. I know that engine, they said, is just for the GR-GT, but hopefully something makes its way into the Tundra. 2024 was the second best year. Okay, so 2024 second best year for Tundra. That way, I couldn't remember if it was 20. Oh no, yeah, it was 24 because this past year it dropped like 7% or something like that. But that new MR2 would look like an Audi TT. I feel like the Audi TT is more bubbly. Even like the recent version of it, I feel it's a little bubbly as well. No, Gilman says, bro, why did Tundra just not add a hybrid system to the V6 of the 4Runner or Tacoma? That's a big thing. I think it's mainly just down to emissions at the time, because with the last administration and also the administration before Trump went in 2016. It was very, green focused, and it's hard when these administrations come in, they stop stuff, they start stuff, they stop stuff, and then the manufacturers, they have to put R&D into everything. And Toyota's vision forward is they're beyond zero, like being carbon neutral, basically. So I think just lowering the emissions with a 4-cylinder and adding a turbo to it was their plan for that. But then they bring a V8 out for a car, which will be way lower production than a 4Runner and a Tacoma. I understand that, but still, they're just trying to balance it out where they can. Which Toyota 6th Gen 4Runner trim do you recommend to buy as the overall best? The TRD off-road all day. Even with the last gen, the TRD off-road. If you're not going to off-road though, I think a limited is a very good trim too, because you get color matched everything on the limited. You get the soft touch materials all throughout the doors, heated ventilated seats, all that stuff, the moonroof. So a limited, if you're not going to off-road, is a very good trim. But if you are going to off-road, I feel like the best bang for your buck is still the TRD off-road. What did you average miles per gallon on the 6th Gen 4Runner on the road trip back? 16. It was not good. I had a ton of headwind. At one point, going through West Texas, past West Texas, getting into San Antonio area, it was super late at night, and it was the turbos were just spooling the whole time. And I got out at a gas station, and even with that roof rack that I have on the 4Runner, that Westcott roof rack with those KC lights, it's not loud. The new 6th Gen 4Runner is a very quiet cabin. It's honestly very nice inside. And it wasn't that loud, but then like I could feel it in the steering wheel a little bit. So I know I had some like kind of wind that was hitting the driver's side door, but like also kind of hitting the front fender, basically like a 45, let's say, wind that was coming in. And I didn't know how bad it was until I got out at a gas station to fill up and go pee. And the wind was ripping, dude. So yeah, about 15 to 16 miles per gallon I got the whole way back with the 4Runner. And I'm not going to lie, I was cruising 75, 80 the whole time as well. So not horrible. You know, it's lifted, big old roof rack on it with big lights. Same size tires, but the wheels are a little bit heavier. So we're about 5 to 6 pounds heavier in each corner with the 4Runner. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Well, I wish it was a little bit better, but it's all good. I did that to that truck. What do you think about the RHO so far? I really do enjoy the RHO. It's great. I have a couple videos that I'm recording and editing this week to update you guys on the truck because we've had it for 6 months already, which is crazy, and almost 10,000 miles. And then the 4Runner we've almost had for a year, and that is at 12,000 miles on the 4Runner. So multiple update videos coming on both of those vehicles. The Ram, you know, it's had some issues, but it's what I bought it for. I bought it to hopefully have issues, to be a little bit better with Toyota with certain things that they have going on with the Tundra. But even in the 6 months that I've had the Ram, there's just more Tundra issues as well, unfortunately. Charlie says, hey, John, my 2003 V6 automatic access cab Tacoma, I assume, only has 129,000 miles and still going strong. Just turned 16 on December 31st. Trucks have been in my the truck has been in my family since new. Can't wait to drive that thing. Heck yeah, dude. Get that driver's license. Get it going, and you're going to have a ton of fun. Get a job, if you don't have a job, for some mods for the truck, and freaking enjoy it, dude. Rogue says, added the AFE Momentum GT intakes a few months ago. What catback exhaust would you recommend, John? Looking for performance and not an exhaust that sounds tinny. So I've only had 2 experiences with the Tundra. I had the carbon exhaust, which was very loud, and then I had the AFE exhaust as well on my white one. So I should have videos on my page when I had my white Toyota Tundra with the AFE exhaust. And I think the AFE exhaust was like very perfect for it. So if I get a 3rd gen Tundra again, I already had the AFE exhaust, so I would try either MagnaFlow, their Overland series exhaust, because I had that on my Tacoma and it actually sounded really good on my Tacoma. So I'm sure with the Tundra it would sound really good. Or AWE, which I have on my Ram. And dude, the Ram sounds so good for what that truck is. Zero drone with it as well. AFE's, the quality of everything was really good. The packaging, the boxes, all that stuff from AFE or AWE was good as well. But I am actually going to throw a FE intake into the Ram now that it's okay. I know I'm behind on the comments, and I'm sorry, but we're just BSing. So, and this is going to be in the update video, but you guys get to see it now. So the Ram, when we were driving it back and forth from Arizona, it got 3 to 5 miles per gallon off of what the computer was reading. So I took it into the dealership, had to get an oil change, which you had to pay for, by the way. Toyota, it's free for the first 2 years, 20,000 miles, I think, or 25,000 miles. I had to pay for the oil change. There was a recall on it as well, which I didn't know about. It wasn't in the app, in my app. So I already had a recall on my Ram. It was for a purge valve, which in turn fixed the crappy idling that I was having with that truck. So that is fixed now, which is nice. And then they had to do a couple ECU updates. They updated again my hands-free driving because that hadn't worked. And then they did one other module calibration as well. Here's the thing. That truck, it's a computer, which is so annoying because we know that Ram isn't good with electronics, right? That's just the running thing, and it's true. So when I got back in the truck, half of my display, the large display, half of it was in Italian, and the other half was in English. And the crap that the menu that I had to go through to find how to get back to English was all in Italian, but then other words were in English. Blew my freaking mind. Then 2 days later, the truck, the miles per gallon and everything is reading kilometers per liter. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this truck? And I've reset it back to freedom units, and then it would change back sometimes. And I need to get back in it after a day with my profile and see if it redid that again. But anyways, what I'm getting at though is that issue that I had. I'm not sure if it was them reflashing the ECU or what, but when I went back from kilometers per liter to miles per gallon, my because it was reading miles per gallon at first, it went from 18 miles per gallon down to 13. So the truck is now either reading accurate or now well under what I'm actually getting. So I'm gonna have to do another tank test on that truck, unfortunately, because yeah, the stuff is reading just so far off. So all right, I think I'm on this one by Richard over on Facebook. He says, will Toyota work out the kinks before this generation cycle ends? I really do hope that they work out the kinks, man. I mean, like I said, it's been 5 years for that truck since it's been out. 2021 was when it first came out in December. So I guess 4 years. We just entered 2026. But there's still just little things with that truck. And I really hope they do. I hope they don't just roll into the refresh and they're still having issues now with like the last model of the 3rd gen. And then if it's a 3.5 gen that comes out, start having issues again. They just really need to freaking dial in that truck. Dougie says Toyota is supposedly developing a new line of vehicles for Japan's military buildup. I hope we eventually see civilian versions. That would be cool. Like the Mega Cruiser? That would be cool. Something like that here. Sam says, Happy New Year, John. Miss you, bro. Any new press vehicles coming to the channel? I just ordered Westcott sliders for my 4th gen V8 4Runner. What a unicorn. I also need to service my TRD Pro Fox as well on my 26 to-do list. Nice. Yeah, get those things done for 26, man. That's going to be awesome. I don't, as of right now, basically like when the year changes over, a lot of the press fleets, they sell off their cars. They like go to auction and stuff, and then they get replenished when cars come in. So consumers like us, they tend to have the priority for like dealerships to get allocations, and then the press fleets will slowly start to get built up. So I do need to email my PR representative to just get like hopefully a string of cars coming for you guys, because I do want to do a lot of press vehicles this year, and hopefully, you know, the new RAV4, the new Wavemaker color. I want to see just what it's like living with that, with the Sequoia, Tundra, whatever I can get my hands on. And then of course, going back and forth from here to Florida, or from here to Arizona. Arizona has a different press fleet as well in the Phoenix area. So hopefully we can get a good amount of press vehicles this year. You should have done the live from inside the RHO. Well, maybe, but the RHO sits in the driveway and it's dark right now. So maybe we'll do that. But the live streams are going to be hopefully better this year for you guys. It's not just going to be this angle. I'm going to be moving my desk over there, setting up an actual microphone. I want to stream stuff as well while we do these live streams and just build it up. You know, I think that it would be a lot of fun. And plus having a dedicated recording area in my office would allow me to do more like talking head kind of videos like a lot of other people do. And they seem to be doing really well with it. Charlie says that I plan on doing a Bilstein 5100 kits with Ultimate Emu 2885s all the way around and custom smoked headlights. Yeah, that's going to be sick, dude. That is such a good kit that you could do for that truck. Check out Yoda Mafia. They have what's called an RTR kit. So Yoda Mafia, they've been on my channel a ton of times. They do amazing work and stuff. And they have an RTR kit. I'm assuming that they have one for the first gen Tacoma. I can't remember if you said first gen or second gen Tacoma. Oh no, first gen, because the 3.4. But yeah, comes fully built out for your truck. They can get it specifically dialed in for your truck as well. They come pre-assembled and everything. I have a discount code with them as well. You could save, I think, 5%. TRD John 5, I think, is my code. So yeah, go to Yoda Mafia. You can check out their stuff. Use my discount code as well, and it literally ships all together to your house. So that'd be sweet. TRX in the future, I don't know, man. If we make a lot of cheddar on this channel this year, maybe I'll use that at the end of the year as a massive tax write-off. But I don't know. I really want to make friends with someone that gets that truck and just see what it's like. Because the interior essentially is the same as the Ram RHO. It does have some nicer things like the suede headliner and a couple other things in the carbon fiber and stuff with that truck. But like the V8's heavy, it's gonna get crappy gas mileage and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think it will happen, but we'll see. Also going to do SPC uppers. Yeah, so yeah, Yoda Mafia has all of that stuff, Charlie, which would be awesome. On the Tundra, not Tacoma. Sorry. Okay, yeah, for that too. Hervé says, I've been seeing people post videos of the second gen Tundra with front portal axles. Would you ever consider that? I would not for my truck. My truck's going to have a different vision for me moving forward for that Tundra. So it's going to be more of a go fast and kind of fun truck versus a like portal axle build and stuff. Kyle, I'm so sorry, bro. I'll text you. I'll hit you up later. All right, sounds good. And I don't think you're in here because you said that 10 minutes ago. Twin Turbo Pigeon says that the 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium iForce Max or Land Cruiser non-premium. Oh, that's a hard one because the interior of the Land Cruiser is so much better than the 4Runner just for like the materials inside. But I feel like the 4Runner is more functional. It drives better, which is very weird. It's not all-wheel drive. It doesn't take premium gas either. So I think those are the biggest things you need to consider is do you want an all-wheel drive vehicle or do you want one that's a little bit more utilitarian? I feel like even though the powertrain is the same in those trucks, like the 4Runner and the Tacoma, they're the exact same powertrain in the Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser is just tuned differently. So the Land Cruiser is tuned differently. It feels a little bit more gutless. It could also be maybe a little bit heavier as well, since it does have more luxury features inside, different type of body and everything too. So I want to say Land Cruiser just because it's unique. It has a unique exterior, unique interior. It's not a carbon copy like the 4Runner is to the Tacoma. The interior is also nicer materials on the inside, even though it's not a premium. It's around the same price as that 4Runner iForce Max. But the 4Runner to me drives better. It feels like it has more power. If you're considering doing aftermarket stuff to it, both of them have a very good aftermarket support. But I think long term, the 4Runner will get more stuff, especially like, minor little interior mods and all this stuff. So especially because it shares a lot with the Tacoma. So it's almost like a 2-for-1 with these companies that are making stuff. Like 9 times out of 10, stuff will also fit the 4Runner that they're making for the Tacoma. So I think if I personally had to buy one, I would probably buy the 4Runner just because I'm a 4Runner guy. Like my first vehicle was a 4Runner. I have my 5th gen, I have the 6th gen. So, I mean, I would probably lean towards 4Runner, and it takes regular gas as well. So that would be my thing, but I would strongly recommend just try driving them both. Dealerships have a good amount of inventory now, which is great. I don't know why other YouTubers are like bah humbug about it and like, oh, the market's falling through the roof. Makes no sense to me, bro. Who gives a crap if the market's falling? Go get a good deal, right? We don't work for the manufacturers. Go get a good deal. Drive everything you can on the lot and just see what you want. So that would be my suggestion for that. I would lean towards 4Runner just because of how it drives, aftermarket support. But Land Cruiser is nicer on the inside. 4Runner is quieter too, unless Toyota has upgraded a good bit of the Land Cruiser platform. but I would lean towards 4Runner. Thanks for the feedback concerning exhausts. Of course, Rogue, you are welcome. Definitely check them out. And each of these, it's really hard to look them up online. And, if you're listening on a computer or your cell phone, like it's so hard to hear that exhaust and, really get what it sounds like, to get a good idea of it. Even my AWE video with my RHO, like it sounds just loud, right? But you can't tell that exhaust until like you actually drive it, which sucks. So, but what I would do if I was in the market for exhaust is go to each of those manufacturers, watch their videos on YouTube, and then go into the comment section or onto Reddit to see exactly how that is. Don the Sheik says, hey John, how's the ride in the new 4Runner compared to the Tacoma? The 4Runner feels a lot more solid and planted on the ground. Not heavier, but just like more planted, I guess, especially the hybrid one because of the batteries sitting over the rear axle. That's my only gripe about my 6th Gen 4Runner is just that the rear end is so light now. And it's just not as solid of a build as the 5th Gen 4Runner is. But if I was to buy another 6th Gen 4Runner again, which I probably will, I would get a hybrid just because of how solid that feels on the ground with the batteries in the back and everything. But they feel very close, but the 4Runner definitely is a lot softer of a drive as well, just because of how they tune the suspension. It's more of like, it's not a mom mobile, right? But it's more of like a family SUV versus a truck. B. Kochner says, tell me why Toyota can't make another FJ Cruiser. I mean, a serious off-roader on a good platform like the Prado with serious good design and follow through. I mean, why? Yeah. So like when they killed the FJ, it was, not doing well, which is very strange. And then they come out the next year with the 4Runner TRD Pro for 2015, because the last year for the FJ was 2014 here in the United States. They killed it here in the United States, but they still sold the FJ Cruiser overseas, I believe, until 2020. I think they still sold the FJ overseas, maybe even later than that. So they just killed it here in the United States because of sales. But now that off-road and overlanding is obviously a thing, it would be very, very cool. And it's always been a thing, right? It's just blown up in the last couple of years, especially because of COVID and people, getting out and doing things, which is incredible. But it would be cool to see a cool one-off again. Like even the Land Cruiser FJ that they came out with for the overseas market. Why can't we have that here? It's very weird looking. It's like an FJ in certain ways, also like a Land Cruiser as well in certain ways. So it'd be very, very cool. And yes, so I mean, yeah, I should have saw that comment, but yeah, it would be very cool to see that here in the United States. I'm sure he is, and it'll probably be a giveaway too. I used to watch his channel a long time ago, actually, and I plug back in every once in a while and stuff to just see what's going on. But it's like every video now is just about a giveaway, and that's kind of, I don't know. So I kind of fell off from that channel a little bit. Have you ever thought about buying a 1st Gen 4Runner? Yes. So ideally, in my future garage, right, it's going to be a nice warehouse style garage, like a big, huge garage, like a 15-car garage. That'd be awesome. And I will have one of every generation of 4Runner, a 1st Gen 4Runner, 2nd Gen, 3rd Gen, 4th Gen, my 5th Gen that I still have, and a 6th Gen, and whatever else is after that. So I do want a 1st Gen. I think it would be cool to buy one and do a full restoration project on it and just keep it insanely OEM. The 2nd Gen 4Runner that I want, I did have a 2nd Gen 4Runner. That was my very first vehicle. It was an SR5. It had locking front hubs for the 4-wheel drive system. It had a moonroof though too, so I think it was like an SR5, like kind of like with a premium package or something, but it didn't have leather or vinyl seats. It had cloth seats. And I looked up the VIN because my mom was able to find me the VIN off of an old insurance card. And it's in Michigan, and it is on, like, through the Carfax, it's on its 6th or 7th owner. So unfortunately, I think that is out of the cards to find my very first 4Runner. But who knows? Maybe one day. I don't know. We'll see. And maybe the 6th owner has kept it in great shape. I'm not sure. But for the 2nd gen 4Runner, Toyota made a 2-door of it, and it looks ugly. And I want it. So that would probably be my 2nd gen 4Runner. And I would love to find one with that 3-point slow with the engine blown up in it, and do some sort of engine swap with it. For the 3rd gen, I want a Surf. So instead of buying a US-based 3rd gen, I want a diesel Surf, and I want it to be like the purple color that they have. 4th gen, it's going to be a white sport V8. So that would be the 4th gen. 5th gen I already have. 6th gen, it will most likely be a TRD Pro. But yes, to answer your question, this is why, we take forever on this live stream, is because I like to answer your guys' questions. But yes, I would definitely get a 1st gen 4Runner, and it would just be restored, and it would look really good, and it would just be a beach cruiser. I wouldn't want it to make power. I would love to have it be a manual with the 4-cylinder, the 22RE. That would be cool. I think they made them with a turbo, but I'm not sure if they made a manual 4Runner with a turbo. I'd have to look. I wouldn't get it as a solid axle because I wouldn't off-road it. So independent front IFS would be nice to have on it. So like a later model 1st gen, and then just make it just a restored beach cruiser. Dougie, have a great time, man. I will most likely do the live stream again next week. I know I said this 2025, and we did a crap ton of live streams last year, but then, let off towards the end of the year. But when I have a dedicated setup and we can BS some more, stream some stuff, whatever, I think it'll be fun. So we're definitely going to be doing more live streams. YouTube also likes it when you do live streams as well. So definitely going to keep that up. Armada Pro 4X, thoughts? It seems to be getting a lot of love. Dude, Rayon? I can't see, dude. I'm blind. 2026 goal. Get freaking contacts. I'm going to get contacts. The Pro 4X is nice. I like, excuse me. That is such a sick car. And I sat in one at the New York Auto Show, and my wife, she was there with me as well. And she was like, wow, this is nice. What is this? I was like, I told her Pro 4X, and she's like, dang, okay. I was like, this is equivalent of the TRD Pro Sequoia, basically. She's like, this is a lot nicer. So the whole interior of that car just screams premium. I really do like what Nissan did with putting the V6 into the twin turbo and stuff. Like, when they did it, it's cool because it's derived from their GTR, right? Which was a Halo car. So when you kind of make that engine be for truck stuff, and if I'm wrong with this, someone let me know. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. It basically did what Toyota did, was pluck an engine from a car and beef it up for truck duty stuff. So that's what Toyota did with the 3.4 and the Tundra. They took it from a Lexus product, changed some stuff to make it good for truck standards. But Nissan, they did that as well from the GTR, which is very cool too. And that's a good, strong engine as well, because people have been making over 3,000 horsepower with those GTRs. Obviously, they built them up and stuff. But I really like the Pro 4X. I think it looks cool. The interior is really freaking nice. Nissan's just kind of in a weird spot right now where they have cool cars like that, but then just weird stuff, and then they're canceling cars too. So I'm not sure where Nissan stands like long term, but that is very cool. And if they come back out with the Titan and it has that same treatment and stuff with it too, I think that could be a real winner. That could be really cool. Roberto says, need help, Trail Hunter or new 4Runner. You're the final decision maker. So Trail Hunter Tacoma Roberto or 4Runner? I'm not really sure. Need help? Trail Hunter or new 4Runner? Because the 4Runner has a Trail Hunter version as well. If that's the case and you didn't know that, then that just answered. You get the Trail Hunter and you get the 4Runner out of it. John found his Camaro? Camaro? BC, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Kochner? I'm not sure what you mean by that, unless I'm missing something. Oh, Tacoma. Okay, so Trail Hunter, Tacoma, or 4Runner. So for me, if that was the case and I had to just pick one, and I wasn't a 4Runner fanboy, I would probably pick I'd probably pick the Tacoma, especially if it's your only vehicle for utility purposes. But if you're not going to do any truck stuff, like you're not going to haul some certain things, you're not going to throw crap in the bed, then I would pick the 4Runner, because the 4Runner is a very good utility vehicle. You can roll the rear window down, stick pieces of wood out the back. You can put a roof rack on it as well to put stuff there. Has a tow hitch. You can tow with it if you needed a trailer or something, like a little utility trailer to do stuff. I like the looks of the 4Runner Trail Hunter, and I like the fact that you don't have a whole bunch of stuff on it, if that makes sense. Like the Tacoma has the ARB rear bumper. It has like the headache rack that I find pointless from ARB for like the back side of it and stuff, unless you get the full one. So I just like the way that the 4Runner Trail Hunter was tastefully done. So if you need a truck, I go with the Tacoma. If you don't need a truck, but you'll occasionally do some truck stuff, then you can't go wrong with the 4Runner at all. JR from New York City says, hey man, I'm going to sell my Honda Accord and I want your opinion. Should I buy a 4th gen 4Runner V8, 5th gen TRD Pro, Land Cruiser 100 series, or 1st gen Tacoma? Pros and cons on each. Man, so 4th gen Tacoma, the con on, or 4th gen 4Runner, the con on that is it looks a little ugly. It looks a little ugly until you modify it. That 4.7 in both that and the Sequoia are great. And I think it's also in the 100 series Land Cruiser. So through all three of those vehicles, you're getting a absolute bulletproof engine. The 4Runner V8 holds its value really well. The 5th gen 4Runner holds its value extremely well. And the Land Cruiser 100 series also holds its value very well. The 1st gen Sequoia, slept on. That vehicle is slept on. Everyone that buys it loves it. It's great. I mean, speaking from Sequoia, because I had a 1st gen Tundra, like the size is perfect. It's roomy inside too. The 4.7 is great in that vehicle. It's very good, and you could get them for very cheap. So of all those, I would probably pick the 5th gen just because it's going to hold its value, has a good aftermarket support. That 4.0 is reliable. You may want to tune it potentially to just get good power out of it. The Land Cruiser 100 series is very good as well. Probably more money, I would say, than the 4Runner and the Sequoia, but depending on how many miles, it could be cheaper than the 4Runner. And the 4Runner TRD Pro is probably going to be the most expensive, I would say, if depending on the miles. You also said, I think the 100 series or V8 4Runner would either appreciate in value or hold. Yeah, so I pretty much answered that. The Land Cruiser may eventually appreciate depending on how many miles you have on it or how many you plan to do on it. If you modify it, it obviously won't hold the value as much. And V8 4Runners also hold value. I was just looking at one on Facebook Marketplace. It's a silver one, like a magnetic gray, like a dark silver gray. It has 180,000 miles on it, and it's for 10 grand, which is weirdly a good deal. Like that's weirdly a good deal. It looks super clean, and it was 4-wheel drive. So you could buy that, throw another 4, 5, 6,000 or 40, 50,000 miles on that vehicle and probably resell it for 10 grand, right? Unless the market like really changes and those values go up. So it just really depends on what the 6th gen 4Runner does, because the 5th gens are finally starting to pivot and go down in price. All cars are coming down in price right now, which is nice for people. But the 5th gens are really starting to come down in price. So if the 5th gens come down in price, 4th gens are going to come down in price. But the V8 is rare, for sure. 1st gen 4Runner with a turbo, they did have a manual. Oh, okay. They did. Okay, so it was a 5-speed, which was based on that. Okay, sweet. So then maybe that would be the one to get. That would be cool. I like turbos. I really do. I know people don't really like turbos that much, but I like turbos. Oh, sorry. John, I was talking about the relationship of you wanting to find your original 4Runner. Didn't you remember the Papa John from the pizza company found his... Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, but my thing is, though, I mean, he obviously had money to, like, do that and fix it up and do all that stuff with the car. I just... Because that 4Runner was a California truck, super clean, no issues with it at all. It was great, but now it's in Michigan. And I'm not sure if they salt the roads up there or what, but you know, it being a 95 4Runner, and being on its 6th owner, at least when I checked a year and a half ago, I don't have a good feeling that it's in good shape, you know. I wish Toyota would make a twin turbo V8 for the from the GRD GT and put it in the truck. Yeah, that'd be insane. And repackage the hybrid system so we would have storage under the rear seats. Update from the frame load. Update the frame for load. Yeah. Well, I think the main thing with the Tundra, because the frame is super boxy and like really strong, I think the main thing for that is the brakes for the payload and the suspension. So the suspension is just really soft in the back of the truck. And, you know, you put any sort of trailer or any sort of weight in the bed of the Tundra and it like freaking squats. It squats like crazy. So I think that has to do, that's a big factor for it, is the suspension for the payload. But yes, putting the V8 or something in the Tundra would be cool. And repack. So the main thing too, they just have to go to lithium batteries for the Tundra instead of the nickel metal hydride batteries that they have, is because those batteries are just so big and that's where they have to put them on the Tundra. So yeah, that does suck that, you know, it takes up so much storage. And then when you get into the limited models and above, they take out the shelf storage right there on the dash. It's like, dude, this is a truck, Toyota. Why are you taking all the storage away? So yes, they got some work to do on that truck, and hopefully it's good. Oh, and it's pronounced Koshner. Oh, but it's a B. Koshner. Got it. What ethnicity is that? Koshner? Did I say that right? Ethnicity? Koshner. Okay. Charlie says, are you going to get the 1st gen Tundra again one day? Yes. I would like to have a 1st gen Tundra again, either in the blue color. Salsa red looks very good as well. It would be really cool to have a 2nd gen Tundra or a Toyota T100. I would be fine with either of those, a Toyota T100 or a 1st gen Tundra. Especially if I really do want to keep that 2nd gen Tundra. I mean, it's money sitting in the driveway too. So like if I ever needed to sell it, I know someone would pick that truck up in a heartbeat. I bet if I listed both my 5th gen 4Runner and my Tundra, it would be a cool experiment to see which one sold first, you know? And I could clear 100 grand. That would be really nice. Might be able to import a 105 series and Land Cruiser soon, turbo diesels with the solid front axle. Yeah, because we're coming up on a good bit of vehicles and stuff in 2026, and even more in the future. Those may be those gold mines to buy in Japan or wherever they're sold at, and just kind of wait it out for the imports to come in. That would be something cool too, because I know that Trump said he wanted to see small little K trucks all here in the United States and small little Japanese cars. It'd be cool if he just like made the imports for those like go down to 10 years or 15 years, because I think in the United States the import is 25 years and Canada's I think is 15, if I'm not mistaken. I think. No worries, JR, I got you. Also, FJ Cruisers are very cool. They're crazy looking cars. Never drove one, but they look fun to drive. Yeah, so an FJ Cruiser is kind of like the 4Runner in a way that, but it's like wider. It's a little bit wider, I believe, and shorter than the 5th gen 4Runner. But the FJ, I want an FJ so bad. Found a 25 4Runner Pro with only 500 miles for $67K. Good deal or nah? What do you think? What's the MSRP of them? Isn't it like, oh yeah, 66 to 67? Is that the out the door price or the MSRP? Because it's used, but they're charging basically brand new prices for that, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it could be a good deal. It also depends on where you live too, and if they added other dealer options to it, and that first buyer kind of took the hit on it. Like if it has any extra accessories from Toyota on it, it could be a good deal. That's kind of a shot in the dark for me to answer that, not knowing everything that's on the vehicle, and it's technically used. And the new 26s are hitting the lot right now as well, that you can get pretty much for close to the same price, maybe 67 to 69 or so. But 6.7, stupid. I don't understand the people that do 6.7, bro. Tier D John, greetings and salutations. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining in the live stream. We're gonna go for a couple more minutes, guys. So very quick New Year live stream. Just wanted to come in, tell you guys all Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a great, holiday season as well. If you got fat, don't be fat anymore. After this, I have to go do 100 ground to overheads with a kettlebell without dropping it or resting. So that is going to be fun to do. But I hope you guys had a great holiday season as well. Charlie says, I like being in SoCal where there is no snow near LA, no salting the roads, but I want to move out of state one day, just not anywhere too humid. Do not come to Florida because Florida's humid, bro. I grew up in San Diego, actually, and yeah, California has the weather. It is the best. Like, it is the best for off-road. It's the best for weather. They got all sorts of food there, man. The terrain is beautiful. The gas prices suck, and some of the new laws and everything that they have passed also suck, and just other things suck about it. But California is a beautiful state. I grew up there, lived there for 20 years. It's beautiful, man. I love going back every time I go back. But then, I see the gas prices and I'm like, bro, why? And the roads still suck. Like, why is it like this here? It is crazy. Like, gas right now here in Florida, I think is where I live, at least. I know in other areas it's a little bit more expensive, but where I live, I think it's $2.20 right now for regular gas here in Florida. I'm sure LA is crazy. I'm over here in Southgate. It's nice over here. Nice, dude. That's awesome. That's really cool. And you got a Tacoma as well. It's perfect for California. We have the FJ. Have you considered or plan on getting an LX700H? I have not. It is very expensive. It's a beautiful car. It's nice. It's solid. It's luxury on the inside. But it's just not big enough for like what it is. Like, I would rather you said that again. I'm so sorry, dude. Tundra. I got you. Tundra. I'd rather buy a GX, I think, than a 700H. The 700H, like, I had it as a press vehicle last year, and I hope to get one again this year. I would love to. And it was an Overtrail as well. And it was very nice. It was very nice, very cool. But like, at the end of my week having it, I was just like, why would I, buy this for $112,000 or $115,000? Well, I could get a GX, which I feel like has the same amount of room on the inside. It's not as wide, but it has the same amount of room, maybe even more with how the LX is packaged compared to the GX. It would be cool to get both of those at the same time, actually. And yeah, I would just personally rather have a GX. I know that the LX is super nice, high end, but it's just, they did good by upgrading the dash screen on the LX, but it's still that whole center console that just doesn't make sense for me. The two screens, that tiny screen right there,
The gas mileage was not great. Like the power was amazing for it being the hybrid, but yeah, just certain things about it, man, was just I don't know. It's a lot of coin for what that vehicle is. I would rather get a 300 series Land Cruiser somehow and have that instead. Like I like what they Toyota did with the 300 series Land Cruiser, bro. $5 a gallon. That's just so stupid. That's so crazy, man. That's I could fill up I could fill up 2 gallons for your 1 gallon. That's wild, man. That's absolutely crazy. Well, if we don't have any more questions, guys, I know this was impromptu. I didn't really give you guys a heads up, maybe like 3 hours or so of a heads up, because I was like, you know what? I want to talk to my people over here on YouTube and also Facebook, because I stream over on Facebook as well. But I truly do appreciate all you guys coming out for this. Oh, we got 2 more real quick. Gas here in Washington is one of the highest, but the roads here are good. Spring, summer here. See, and that's the thing, man, is at least in Washington, and that's the thing that California is kind of doing, but not at the same time, because like that gas tax is for the infrastructure of the roads. And like the roads are so bad. I know it's a huge state, tons of people in there. I get it. But like that state also spends a lot of people's money in unfortunately other ways as well when they shouldn't. John, if you don't want to discuss it, that's fine. But what is your opinion on the capture of Maduro? I'm in the middle on it, like I am with everything. That's good. Hey, that's good to be in the middle about stuff, because you have to see both sides, right? Like I love that we're about to get into politics real fast before I end, but I don't like that. I don't like what his presidency was for that country. And I feel like it's pretty funny that a lot of Venezuelans are happy about it. And then like some Americans are upset about it as well. So there's a lot of mixed stuff, I feel like, with the media right now. Hopefully it plays out good. I know that Venezuela is a big owner of a lot of oil. They are very naturally rich too. And the way Trump has done stuff, he just does stuff kind of big, and his plans are very far forward, it seems like, versus what the media portrays stuff. Because he's been doing a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, and this could be something that could be great for the United States and great for a lot of nations or a lot of states. Sorry. It could be something very big for the United States as well, depending on how the control and the outcome of it is, what deals are potentially made. Because yes, Maduro wasn't even an elective president, right? So I like, who do you negotiate with there? I know that whole country has just been so corrupt, for a lot of stuff, which is why the citizens were very happy as well. But it is a very resource rich country, and like I know that China has ties with them and other countries as well. So it's gonna be crazy to see like what the outcome is, like who gets oil, who gets that, what happens to the residents there and stuff of the country. I don't know. I think it's a good thing, to answer your question like really quickly, because like it wasn't like legit basically. But at the same time, like where I stand with you in the middle of things is that like it's not our country, bro. Like sure, like the US can benefit from it, from like a shit ton of oil, and lower our energy prices down, and then we have a bunch more oil of reserve, which the last administration got rid of. So like you could see it on the positive for that. But like at the same time, it's not our country. And not to be selfish, but like America has a ton of issues. Like, and what people wanted Trump to do is take care of all the issues here in the United States. And then we're sending billions of dollars to all these other countries. Bro, why? That's why this no tax movement is pretty big right now for people as well, because like, a lot of people voted for him to get shit done. And while he has been, it still feels like it could be more. which does stink. And you said we don't agree, we don't all agree on everything, but we can find middle grounds and have friends on both sides. We could talk to you. Exactly. As long as you could talk to friends about anything, man, whether it's politics or just if it's someone's diet that you don't agree with as well, then you at least you could just talk about it. If someone has to yell at you when you're just trying to share an opinion, then that just doesn't cut it. It's just bad. What will happen with the new Fed chair in May? Massive cuts in rates. I hope, like, that'd be cool. Because they've been talking about that for years now. Like, I mean, it'd be very cool if we were able to see that. But at the same time, everyone that was waiting for rates to get cut, like whether it's home rates or auto rates or all that stuff, the thing on the real estate side, because we're into real estate, it's great because if you own a decent amount of real estate, your property values are going to go up. But if you're looking to buy, it also kind of stinks now because now a lot more people can afford stuff, which just does this revolving door of inventory. So if people are waiting, that's why there's a lot of inventory out there right now. So you can get a deal. It does suck to have a high interest rate, but you can always refinance if the rates come down and avoid all the competition, get a good deal. But at the same time, if a ton of people wait, it's gonna, influx the market. And then that's when a house that's been sitting forever at $700,000, now there's 50 people interested in it. It's gonna go up in price. All right, last few questions, guys, and then I gotta get my workout in and eat dinner real fast before I go to sleep. Charlie says, and thank you for your service in the military. God bless you and all your family. You as well, brother. Enjoy and make the most out of California. It's a beautiful state, bro. Like I said, love it there. But yeah, just talk with people, understand people, and just make sure that you're the best, version of yourself, and everything else will follow. It's going to be awesome, man. You guys have a great night. Fast Lane says, I need your opinion about upcoming purchase 25 Camry SE or Toyota Highlander, Tesla Model Y. Not very well versed in the Tesla world. I know that you can get decent deals on them, but they do drop like crazy. Camry, you can get great deals on an SE right now too. Holy crap, and almost 50 miles per gallon, which is great. And a Toyota Highlander, it's a good classic vehicle, man. It is kind of towards the end of its life cycle, I feel like, the Highlander. If I was in the market for a Highlander, I'd probably try to upgrade to the Grand Highlander. But if you don't need that big of a vehicle, then, well, you said Tesla Model Y. I would look more towards the Grand Highlander and shop that with the Camry, because those are just two completely different vehicles. Like, one's a bigger SUV, and even the Highlander is a decent sized SUV. The other's just a small car, but you do get great gas mileage with it. Rogue, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming out. Caden, I appreciate the support as well over there on Facebook. And Charlie says, one more thing, Tundra Dude 34 is already looking for a new Tundra. Poor 1794 is going bye-bye. Yeah, I've been texting him about it. So I actually meant to text him one more time about something to see what his status is on something. But yeah, no, I like Mark. He's a good dude. We text quite a bit, actually, about a lot of non-Toyota stuff. So it's a good, fun time. Thank you, Fast. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, I mean, I love trying to answer and maybe, give you guys certain perspective that you may not have been thinking of. But at the end of the day, like I said, even when it was, which two vehicles? The 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium versus Land Cruiser. There's a good amount of inventory on lots, depending on where you live. I get that. But I would just try to drive everything. The cool thing about Tesla is you could test drive, I think, right from your phone. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, with Toyota, you have to go to the dealership, deal with all that stuff. But just, shop around, see it, go kick some tires, feel out the vibe of, multiple dealerships. If you have multiple in your area, see which one can get you the best deal, shop around. And the fact that there's a lot of cars out there right now, deals are to be had, especially we're in 2026. So if you could find some 25s, dealers are really looking to make a deal. So Guys, thank you so freaking much for, oh, you're in California. I want a 4Runner, but I don't like want tight space like the Tacoma. I got a 3-year-old. The 4Runner has a decent bit more space than the Tacoma does, but definitely not like a Highlander. And if you have a kiddo, and if you're going the Highlander route, I would definitely try to get captain's chairs in the middle seats. So now that you told me you have a kid, I would definitely go Highlander and cross shop that with the Grand Highlander, and then just like I said, just try the Tesla and see if you like that. Which California has the infrastructure for those cars, except for during summertime when they have the rolling blackouts or the brownouts, whatever. But yeah, I would look for a Grand Highlander or a Highlander, but I would lean more towards Grand Highlander if possible. Not as many deals on the Grand Highlander versus Highlander, but still a really good car for sure. When I start modifying my first gen, I'll be making videos on my channel. Heck yeah. There you go. Check out Charlie. He's going to have first gen content over there. That is awesome. Guys, thank you so freaking much for coming out. We will try to make this definitely more of a thing versus last year towards the tail end of it. But I appreciate all the support for you guys, from you guys, and I will catch you all in the next one.